couple of the more controversial names amongst Packer fans to bring up are two names that come to mind. Quay Walker, a first-round draft pick that hasn't lived up to the hype and expectations of a first-round draft pick. I think personally the Packers have been playing him out of position. He's got athleticism to write books about. However, he hasn't lived up to the hype. And then you've got Jaire Alexander, a sore topic amongst Packer fans, given the amount of money the Packers have wrapped up into him and the amount of time this dude has missed. Jaire Alexander and the Packers, they're going to be faced with a big decision surrounding him and his future as this year winds up. Despite his talent and achievements, including multiple Pro Bowl selections, Jaire's frequent injuries have caused a lot of speculations amongst analysts who suggest that the Packers might be time for the Packers to move on from him. I want you guys to weigh in with your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Should the Packers move on from Jaire Alexander after this year, given the amount of money they have wrapped up into him? Let's take a look at that amount of money and where it ranks amongst corners in the league. The Packers have signed him to a 4-year, $84 million. 21 of that is his average salary. 30 million is his guaranteed money and signing bonus there for the Packers. So where does that rank amongst other corners in the league? Well, let's take a look. Total value of the contract, he currently ranks 7th on the list amongst corners in the league. His yearly average is 3rd in the league as far as his salary. His yearly average salary of 21 million. Total guaranteed money of $30 million. Ranks 15th amongst other corners in the league, which is great. Cap hit of, he ranks 2nd. He takes a cap hit this upcoming year of 23.49, second highest in the league, which then bodes the question amongst analysts, should the Packers move on from him given the injuries? So let's take a look at his injury history and where his injuries have come from. Since 2017, he's had a knee strain, a couple of knee strains. He's had a fractured hand, a groin pull, a couple of groin pulls there. As you can see, a broken hand, concussion, a joint sprain, and then a couple of groin pulls. And then his latest, of course, is his PCL tear that he suffered week 8. And if he doesn't play this week, which all signs are pointing that he will play this week against New Orleans Monday night, that would be his 7th straight game that he has missed. Of course, he did play a couple of snaps against Chicago. But again, 27 games missed over the last 4 seasons bodes the question, should the Packers hang on to him, or is he more of a liability to the Packers depth chart? Let's take a look at their depth chart. Okay, so as it sits right now, you've got Jaire Alexander, Eric Stokes, Corey Ballentine. Okay, Corey Ballentine is just one of those pieces that if you have to plug and play him, he's a good special teams guy. That's it. Eric Stokes is going to be dropped after this season. Keyshawn Nixon is not a lockdown corner in the league by any means, any stretch of the imagination. Carrington Valentine, I think, is a valuable piece and a valuable asset. The Packers drafted him in the 7th round. I think, he showed signs like he did last year when he was filling in for an injured Jaire Alexander. He showed signs against Seattle last week. I think he could be a pretty good corner in the league. He's not going to be a lockdown corner, I don't think. So then it leaves the question, if the Packers were to part ways with Jaire Alexander, who would they go after? Who's going to be free agents out there? Well, Travarius Ward for San Francisco, he hasn't had a great year. He's one of the more sexy names out there amongst free agent corners. His overall PFF score of a 54.3 hasn't been great. He doesn't have any interceptions this year. DJ Reader is the other sexy name out there. His overall PFF score of 73.3. He's going to be a free agent. He is 28. Same thing with Travarius Ward. He is 28. Jaire Alexander is 27 years old. He has an overall PFF score of 75.2. And he has 2 picks on the season, including, that's not even taking into account all the games he has missed. So in my opinion, the absolute right answer to this is you don't let go of a guy like Jaire Alexander. You pay him the money that he is making. He's one of the more valuable assets. If you had to ask me who is the most valuable asset on defense last year, I would have said Rashawn Gary. This year, you can make the argument for Edgerrin Cooper. He is a rookie, but anytime that guy is out on the football field, he's a difference maker. And Jaire Alexander is another one of those guys. When he's out on the football field, he is incredibly valuable. You see what the defense lacks as far as defensively in the secondary when he is gone. He makes the offense adjust to him when he is out on that football field. And that is a valuable asset to have. That is my opinion. I want you guys to leave yours. And as always, go Pack Go.